Hi, I'm Dempsey Palat, and this week I'm reviewing... Now before we start off, as always, I just want to take a quick second to remind you guys to make sure you hit that like button if you like today's video, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well for more new movie-related content weekly. But, without further ado, let's jump into today's film. Promising Young Woman was directed by Fennell and features an ensemble cast consisting of Carey Mulligan, Burnham, Alison, Brie, Adam Brody, Laverne and Jennifer Coolidge, and that's barely scratching the surface. Now, without giving away too much, the film revolves around a young woman, and a promising one at that.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
But in all seriousness, though, this film revolves around a woman played by Carey Mulligan, who essentially leads a double life. By day, she works at the local coffee shop as a barista. She even still lives at home with her parents. But by night, well, I'm not really going to tell you. Not without good reason, though, okay? Some of my older subscribers might remember my review for Parasite last year, where I essentially talked about the film without really talking about it in an attempt to shield those who saw it from some of the film's bigger twists and turns. And I'm going to do the exact same thing here. Because, very similar to Parasite, this film has a bunch of really great twists and turns. Also very similar to Parasite, this is, in my opinion, one of this year's absolute best films. And it doesn't come out until Christmas Day, so yeah, this is a very early review. But also, for those of you guys who are looking forward to seeing it, or haven't heard of it, or are on the fence about seeing it, I want you to have the same exact experience that I had going into it. And I didn't even go into it that blind. Let me just tell you, the trailer for this film does not do this film justice at all. This film will blow you away. And I just have to ask your forgiveness in advance, because I'm going to be as vague as possible in my attempt to tell you just how great this film really is. First things first, Carey Mulligan. She gives my favorite female performance of the year, if not the best female performance of the year, hands down. And it's not just in the way that she's able to lead a double life and switch personalities on a dime. It's more so the emotional complexity she carries with her throughout the film and how she's able to use that to her advantage that's so masterful. I mean, the film's official synopsis describes her character as wickedly smart and tantalizingly cunning, and there really is no better way to describe her character. However, it's seeing her use her intelligence to outsmart others, or her wit to either get what she wants or get her point across, that will truly blow you away. Let me put it for you like this. If you dug Anya Taylor-Joy or her chess moves in The Queen's Gambit, wait until you see Carey Mulligan in this. Mulligan aside, though, I think every performance is really great in this film. Burnham, who just finished wowing us 2 years ago behind the camera with 8th Grade, proves that he can wow us in front of the camera, too. And yes, he does have some pretty comedic moments in this. He does have a background in comedy, after all. But he also has some really solid, serious moments, too. He proves that he can also be a serious actor, and I think that was the most impressive part of his performance here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he got some awards recognition in some capacity, even if it was just a couple of nominations, because, once again, he is really that good. Another notable standout in this film was Alfred Molina, who, yes, is now in the headlines because he's returning to Spider-Man as Dr. Octopus, but he delivers a performance in this that I would say is comparable to Viola Davis's in Doubt. He's in it for a very brief amount of time, but in that brief amount of time, he makes a strong enough impact to really change the dynamic and the energy of the film. And once again, I'm not going to spoil anything, I've already promised that, but man, trust me when I say that this film is just littered with some really fantastic performances. It's very rare in the sense that it has so many great characters and it balances them so well. In fact, speaking of awards, I wouldn't be surprised if this film won the SAG Award for Best Ensemble. The way that Fennell directs all of the actors and has them play off of each other is very reminiscent of Robert Altman's style. And speaking of homages to big-time directors, she also gives herself a Tarantino-esque cameo in the film. However, her most impressive feat by far is the fact that this is her directorial debut. Yep, This is her very first film, and while she does make shifting between the comedy and thriller genres look easy, it's her ability to really subvert your expectations that shines here. Just when you think you know what's going to happen, trust me, you don't. And I think I really liked her willingness to break certain cinematic traditions here, because it speaks to the film's larger theme about the importance of breaking away from the status quo sometimes. Beyond the performances and the direction, there is so much to love about this film. For instance, the cinematography is beautiful. There's some really great religious imagery sprinkled throughout too. But the soundtrack, not the score, the soundtrack is by far one of its other big highlights. In fact, it's my favorite soundtrack of the year, and I say that with so much confidence because there's only like 2 weeks left. But in all seriousness, though, it's soundtracks like this that really make me wish that the Academy Awards had a category for soundtracks, because I think this one would win hands down. The music in this film does such a great job at elevating some of its darker moments, setting the tone for a lot of things. There's this one musical montage that I can already tell is going to be iconic when the film opens in wide release. It'll probably inspire a TikTok dance or a few memes. If you know, you know. But that's all I'm going to say regarding the music, because it's actually really hard to just zero in and focus on one particular thing. I found myself struggling to do that throughout this review because this film is just so great across the board. Promising Young Woman is the perfect zeitgeist of society right now. It's a story about love, loss, and maybe even a little revenge that I think any decent person should resonate with. And for that, I'm going to give this film 5 stars.
I am a nice guy. Are you?
Guys, Promising Young Woman comes out on Christmas Day. As of right now, I believe it's only a theatrical release, though it's possible that could change. And obviously, I recommend you check it out because it's definitely going to be something people talk about and absolutely think about for a while. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to view this video. It really does mean the world to me. And once again, if you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well for more new movie-related content weekly. Now, if you happen to see this movie already, if you loved it, if you hated it, let me know what you thought about it down below in the comment section. I look forward to reading and responding to all of your comments. But that's pretty much all the time that I have for you guys today. I mentioned this in my last couple of videos. I am not behind, but I'm definitely working on pumping out a couple of more extra things before December 31st. So I have a lot of stuff on my plate currently. But once again, look forward to more new content shortly. Especially this week, I have a couple more reviews that I'm working on. I'm very excited to share with you. But until then, I should probably get back to work. Until next time, I'm Dempsey Pulot. Take care.